4 basic principles that every successful funding proposal has. So these are what I call the SOAP principles. SOAP has got nothing to do with it, but it helped me to remember them. Okay? The first one is select the right funder. What do I mean by that? Select the right funder. Now, you know, if I take you out for lunch and I'm giving you a free lunch, you do know, of course, that there's an agenda behind that. Eh? There is no such thing as a free lunch. Okay. If my agenda is above board and okay, you might go and enjoy the free lunch. But if you think my agenda is suspicious, the best thing to do is turn down the free lunch. The same with funders. So every funder has strings attached, the things that they want to achieve. Let me give you an example. Imagine you're economics students, you're accountants, and you're getting an offer. Somebody comes out of the blue to the department and offers a huge amount of money for you. And it's a very interesting project that they want you to investigate for them. You know, it's about the movement of money and the flow of transactions. And it's really, really interesting. But they're a bit vague, you know, they don't say I'm from the NRF. In fact, they don't say who they're from. But the amount of money is unbelievable. You'll be able to, you know, take on about 6 students on this project and you know, no restriction on publishing, etc., etc. Really. But you do a bit of digging because you're a bit suspicious, and you dig and dig and dig, and you eventually find, I was going to change my example, maybe I shouldn't. You eventually find that they come from Sicily, and you eventually find that it's the mafia trying to study the money laundering. And will you receive that money from the mafia? I was going to talk about Guptas, but I thought I'd better not. So would you receive the money from them? Because what are their strings attached? Eh? Or you're doing health science research and the British American Tobacco Company and asks you to do a study to show that, you know, smoking is really not that dangerous after all. Would you go down that road as a health scientist? Okay, there are strings attached. So if you can tolerate the strings, go for it. If you can't tolerate the strings, go elsewhere. So that's the starting point. A lot of us wonder why we never get funding from a particular funding agency. And often the answer is because your research and their needs, their strings, just don't gel. And so it's not you or your university or whatever that's the problem. It's just there's no gel. So choose your funder with care. Choose your funder with care. And don't try and change the funder. You know, if the funder doesn't want to support something, no matter how much convincing you do, they're not really going to change. So choose your funder with care. Once you've chosen, O is for ownership. Own that process. And by own, I mean understand. Understand what that funder wants. So often when we write our proposals, we talk about our research. We talk about what's interesting to us. And of course, that's natural. But what you need to do is rather talk about what's interesting to the funder. Now, at Wits, you know, as an academic, you can probably only get fired for 2 things. Sexual harassment and plagiarism. Both have got people fired. All right. So plagiarism is no, no, no. We've talked about research integrity. There is one exception, and that's writing grant proposals. Now, before you think Robin's lost it, I'm not talking about pinching other people's ideas or anything, but you can use the words of the funder. They love that. Okay? And if you really feel uncomfortable, put it in quotes, but use their words. What am I trying to say to you is tell the funder that you and your research will deliver on what they want. So every funder has an agenda, has a mandate, and you need to deliver on that mandate and tell them that your research can deliver on that mandate.